It's time to come clean with yourself. Let's be completely honest. Are you happy with your job? Like really happy? The unfortunate fact is that a huge number of people can't say yes to that. Far too many of us are stuck in a job we've outgrown, or one we never wanted in the first place. But still, we stick it out, and we give reasons like, what if the next move is even worse? I've already put years into this place. I can't afford to take a wrong step. And maybe the most common one, isn't everyone kind of miserable at work? But there's a difference between reasons for staying and excuses for not leaving. It's time to get unstuck. It's time for Strawberry.me. They match you with a certified career coach who helps you go from where you are to where you actually want to be. Your coach helps you get clear on your goals, create a plan, build your confidence, and keeps you accountable along the way. So don't leave your career to chance. Take action and own your future with a professional coach in your corner. Go to strawberry.me/career to claim a special offer. That's strawberry.me/career.
Who says luxury has to come with a steep price tag? Quince brings you hotel quality sheets and linens without the markup. From breathable bamboo bedding to spa-worthy bath towels, Quince makes every corner of your home look and feel luxurious. And by partnering directly with top artisans and ethical factories, Quince delivers premium quality at half the cost of similar brands. Upgrade your home for less at Quince. Go to quince.com/home upgrade for free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/home upgrade.
If you love crispy bacon, if you love spicy pepperoni, if you love saucy ribs, then you'll love the flavor in every bite of pork. Taste what pork can do. This message was brought to you by America's Pig Farmers.
Hello, everyone. I just want to tell you about a podcast I think you'll enjoy. If you're like me, I'm always on the podcast apps looking for something else scary to add to my feed. And this one is called The Most Terrifying Places in America by the Travel Channel. On the podcast, they visit some of the creepiest locations across the United States. They go to a hotel in New England where guests wake up and they're covered in scratches. My personal favourite is the one where there's a church in the middle of the woods and the security guards have to stay there for the night, and it's really, really creepy. There's so many different places on there. Get yourself a nice coffee or tea, pop it on and enjoy. Listen to The Most Terrifying Places in America wherever you get your podcast.
There's nothing better than treating yourself, except maybe treating yourself to high-end, top-quality pieces at half the cost. That's what Quince is all about. From European linen apparel starting at just $30 to handbags crafted from the finest Italian leather, Quince can elevate an everyday outfit at a fraction of the price. By working directly with top artisans and cutting out the middlemen, Quince gives you luxury pieces without the markup. Go to quince.com/style for everyday affordable luxuries with free shipping and 365-day returns.
Hello, I'm Sarah, and welcome to the Whispering Woods Reddit and listener story episode. I've got 4 spooky Reddit stories to share today. I'll get straight into them. Are you ready? For the first story. This happened after I watched the Eliza Lamb video. I'm still not sure what I saw. This happened in India when I was 13, and I still think about it way too often. Back then, I was obsessed with true crime. BuzzFeed Unsolved had just released their episode on the Eliza Lamb case. You know, the one where she's caught acting strange in a hotel elevator before being found in a water tank. Creepy stuff. I watched it, got spooked, and later that night I went up to the terrace with my neighbour like we did almost every night to stargaze. It was a no-moon night, what we call Amavasya in India. The sky was pitch black. Our mums, being a little superstitious, told us not to go out. In Indian culture, Amavasya is considered inauspicious, a night where bad energy is believed to be stronger. Of course, being 13 and overconfident, we ignored them. From our building's terrace, if I lay down at the right angle, I could see the rooftop of a girls' hostel across the street. On their terrace, there was a large water tank with one of those metal ladders fixed to the side. We were laying there, chatting and counting stars, when I noticed something. A woman, a black silhouette, slowly climbing the ladder up to the tank. The sky was so dark that she stood out clearly. She reached the top and opened the lid. I blinked, unsure if I was seeing things. I whispered to my neighbour, "Do you see that?" She said yes, but told me to just lie down and keep watching, like she didn't want to freak out just yet. But I couldn't. Something about it didn't feel right. My chest got tight. I sat up. And the woman turned her head and looked directly at me. We just stared at each other. 5 seconds, 10, I don't know. But I knew she saw me. Her head had moved. Her body stayed still. And it was like she wasn't even surprised I was watching. I panicked. I jumped up, screamed, and ran downstairs. My neighbour followed me. We never saw her come down. No noise from the hostel. No news the next day. No mention from anyone. Just nothing. To this day, I don't know who or what we saw. But every time I think of Eliza Lamb, I remember that night, that water tank, and the woman who just stood there, staring back. No disrespect to Eliza Lamb. Her case always made me sad. Heard that it's finally solved, and I'm glad she can finally rest in peace. I love that the parents would warn them not to go out when it was a new moon. I just love it. It conjures all sorts of things up for me about the dark moon and not going outside because of the creatures. I really, really love that stuff. I have no idea what the author saw going up to that water tank. And it does seem so very coincidental that they'd only just watched the Eliza Lamb video. Spooky. I want to give a quick trigger warning for this second story because it does mention abuse. It's nothing graphic, but there is a mention in there. Are you ready for the second story? My cousin visited from Belgium, and something dark followed him into our home. When I was a sophomore in college, I got a Facebook message from a cousin I didn't know existed. He lived in Belgium and was the second cousin on my mum's side. We're Sicilian. He was just a year older than me, super friendly and spoke perfect English. He taught himself from listening to Eminem. We were excited to reconnect and invited him to stay with us in New Jersey for a few weeks. At first, everything was great. Dinners, hanging out with my friends, the usual. He was pale, thin, model-like, with jet black hair. But he got frustrated quickly when he realised all my friends had boyfriends. That's when things turned weird. He started making inappropriate comments about my appearance, especially when I wore tight clothes. Things like, "I bet he'd just rip those off of you." Then he started calling me names, nasty names, even though I was dealing with a toxic on-off-again boyfriend at the time. It escalated when he sent me a childhood photo of myself in the bathroom and said, "Look, naked, my name." I told my mum, and she just brushed it off, saying he was a weird European. I was furious. I began avoiding him, which was awkward because he was living with us. We fought more. He said I was only moving out to be a bleep. It became emotionally exhausting. One night, after a bad fight, I missed my weekly call with my boyfriend in the army. I slammed my door, cried myself to sleep, and had an incredibly vivid dream that my house was haunted. I woke up at 3 a.m, heart racing, and seconds later the glass frame hanging on my wall for years randomly crashed on me. I started hearing music and water running from the faucet. I ended up sleeping on the floor in the living room. The next morning at breakfast, my cousin smiled at me in this really eerie, knowing way. I said nothing. He was leaving in a few days. After he left, the energy in my room was still up. Even during the day, I felt uneasy. I woke up at 3 a.m. every night, even if I went to bed at 1:30. One friend came over, walking into my room, and immediately said, "This room feels bad." She left shortly after. I finally decided to pull an all-nighter and go see a priest the next day. While doing my makeup, I looked down at my phone, and when I glanced back up, a giant handprint, larger than human, had appeared on my mirror, out of nowhere. We called the priest immediately. He came and did a blessing, but during the prayer, he was touched and said the mirror was a portal. He put holy water on it and said the energy was intense. But instead of stopping, it got worse. A couple of pencils flew across my room. My mum and I heard crashing noises throughout the night. My little brother started having dreams about monsters in my room. Then, my mum started receiving calls from my deceased father's old cell phone. No voice, just dead silence. We tried tracing the number. The line didn't even exist anymore. We had a second exorcism, and after that, finally, it all stopped. No more disturbances. But here's the weirdest part. We went through the trash in the guest room after he left. He had a receipt for a gospel CD and another package from a funeral home in Vermont, shipped through eBay. It was £2 to £5, and we never figured out what it was. Also, my grandfather's religious statues in the room were turned to face the wall. My grandmother had started clutching her crucifix whenever he walked by. She said his eyes looked black. She also swore he'd appear on random sides of the house, faster than was physically possible. My mum eventually called and demanded answers. He denied everything, so we blocked him. But months later, when I was away at college, he showed up at our front door, all the way from Belgium. He looked strung out and had bloody scratches across his chest. He said he needed to confess. My mum met him at Starbucks with the priest, and again he denied everything. That was the last time we saw him. To this day, we don't know what really happened. He once said something like, "I sold my soul to be beautiful." Maybe he was joking, but now, I'm not so sure. What do you think happened? Was something attached to him? Was it him? Could he have brought something into our house? Update / disclaimer. This is a real story that I had ChatGPT organise for me. There were a lot of moving parts and it was hard to put together. For those who don't believe me, I found screenshots of my messages from that summer and particularly with him. So what was going on with the cousin? I was a bit sort of annoyed at the fact, and I mean no offence by this, that the mother said, oh, he's just European, it's a European thing. Because regardless of that, we should all know by now what is wrong and what is right. And hopefully, you teach your children that. It was a bit dismissive, I thought. And it was obviously really bothering the author. Like, if my daughter came to me and said that, I'd be keeping a very close eye on it. It doesn't surprise me that somebody would sell their soul to the devil to look good, especially in this day and age where it's just fired at you left, right and centre that you must look good. I mean, yeah, I can fall foul of that too, especially when I was younger and lack confidence if I didn't feel like I looked good enough. But because I'm older now, I kind of don't care. I don't care about a lot of things that I would have cared about when I was younger, and it's actually quite liberating. Are you ready for the third story? Saw something humanoid in the middle of our town. Not a joke. Hi, I'm writing this because I honestly don't know how to make sense of what we saw. And I'm hoping someone out there might have had a similar experience. This night, around midnight, me and my girlfriend were sitting in the centre of our small town. 17k people in Poland. Nothing weird ever happens here. We were on a sidewalk between some old apartment blocks, just talking and laughing. Nothing creepy, no fear, no drugs. We were just having a good night. Then out of nowhere, both of us just noticed something in the corner of our eyes. Something hanging from a tree, like a figure. It disappeared the second we tried to focus on it. So at first we thought maybe it was just a trick of the light or our minds. We just kept walking and talking for maybe a minute. Suddenly my girlfriend stopped and stared into one direction. After a second, she turned and bolted in the opposite direction, without saying a word. I ran after her, not understanding what was going on. Looked at something for a few seconds, and we ran into my home. Later, when we were safe at my place, she told me she saw something running across the tree. It wasn't human. She said it was completely hairless, pale, humanoid, but not quite right. Its head was a bit pointed and larger than normal. The arms were longer than the legs. The fingers were super long, and the ribs were clearly visible. It had no clothes and no genitals. The feet looked almost like hands. It moved in a way that wasn't right. Fast, twisted, falling or climbing across the tree. Not like anything a person could do. While I was running after her, I also saw something jump down from the tree and move across the street again, just out of my direct vision. Not enough to see clearly, but definitely there. It wasn't a shadow or illusion. I felt it. I know something was there. We also both heard this strange ambient sound in the background. It wasn't loud, but it was constant, like a high-pitched electronic tone, mixed with static or mechanical hum. It was there during the whole experience. There were no lights, no animals, no people. No wind loud enough to explain this. No fear beforehand. Nothing that could have influenced our minds. It just happened. And it felt real. Too real. I've looked online, and the only thing that even slightly fits is people describing crawlers or some kind of distorted humanoid beings. But I never expected something like here, in the middle of a small town, between blocks, not in a forest. If anyone has seen something like this or knows where to report this seriously, besides UFO YouTubers or conspiracy sites, I'd really appreciate advice. We're not crazy, we just want to understand what we saw. She just said that some time ago she has seen this head when she had sleep paralysis. Crawler stories are one of my favourites. We have loads of these crawler-type stories coming up in 14 Days of Summer Fear. I'm really excited for you to listen to them. I do love them because there's just something about something in the trees, in the woods, you know? Something white and crawling along the floor. Are you ready for the fourth and final story? Creepy encounter during a wedding. When I was around 11 or 12 years old, there was a wedding near my house, and I was invited. I went with my mum. Weddings at night are pretty common where I live. At the wedding, I was hanging out with some neighbourhood kids who were older than me. Most of them decided to go to a nearby park, which was right beside the temple. The scary part was that both the park and temple were located inside a forest. It wasn't a huge forest, but it was still creepy at night. There was another kid, let's call him Max, who was about 14, a couple of years older than me. Max and I also wanted to go, but when we asked our mums, they said no. Obviously, we were disappointed, especially since the others had already gone ahead. After a while, we started feeling bored and kept bugging our mums to let us go. Eventually, they gave in and said okay. We were excited and headed out. The path we took was dimly lit, with the occasional street lamp flickering above us. On the right side of the road, there were houses, but the left side was swallowed in forest. As we walked, I started feeling strange. I couldn't explain it, but something in the air felt heavy. I suddenly had this cold sensation down my spine, like someone was watching me from the trees. I didn't say anything to Max at the time. I kept glancing toward the woods, half expecting to see something or someone peering out. As we were walking, we passed by a house on the right. It looked completely normal, nothing strange. We'd seen that house plenty of times before since we lived nearby. But this time, we saw a woman near the main gate of the house, next to a water tap and a few buckets. She was washing clothes. We thought it was weird. Who washes clothes around 8:30 p.m? I don't remember the exact time, but it was late. Still, we ignored it and kept walking. Suddenly, the woman stood up and started walking toward us, fast. She was speaking in an aggressive tone, and it felt like she had been waiting for us. At first, we thought she was talking to someone else, but she kept coming closer, and we couldn't understand a word she was saying. We were starting to get nervous. We turned around and started walking back toward the wedding. But she began following us. Her tone got louder and more aggressive, and she picked up her pace. Max looked behind, and then he tapped me on the shoulder, as if telling me to run. So we ran, hard. But then she started running too. We panicked and sprinted as fast as we could. We didn't stop until we reached the wedding area, right under a street lamp. We turned around. She was gone, just vanished into thin air. We didn't see where she went, and we never saw her again. Later I asked Max what had caused him to signal me to run, And he said, I saw her shadow and it was getting bigger and bigger.
Popsicles, sprinklers, a cool breeze. Talk about refreshing. You know what else is refreshing this summer? A brand new phone with Verizon. Yep, get a new phone on any plan with Select Phone Trade-in and My Plan. And lock down a low price for 3 years on any plan with My Plan. This is a deal for everyone, whether you're a new or existing customer. Swing by Verizon today for our best phone deals. 3-year price guarantee applies to then current base monthly rate only. Additional terms and conditions apply for all offers.
Who says luxury has to come with a steep price tag? Quince brings you hotel-quality sheets and linens without the markup. From breathable bamboo bedding to spa-worthy bath towels, Quince makes every corner of your home look and feel luxurious. And by partnering directly with top artisans and ethical factories, Quince delivers premium quality at half the cost of similar brands. Upgrade your home for less at Quince. Go to quince.com/home upgrade for free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/home upgrade.
It's very similar to the folklore of the washing woman. Now, I can't quite remember the name, but it's in Irish folklore and I think Scottish as well, where if you see the woman washing the blood out of the clothes in the stream, then it's an omen of death. And it just really reminded me of that. The bit with the shadow at the end, that was just creepy, that final sentence. Ugh. Well, that's the end of the episode. I hope you enjoyed and we will catch you again tomorrow. I will just say, though, I'm having terrible problems sleeping at the moment. And I'm on this new medication and I upped it, taking 2. And now I'm just completely drained during the day. So everything's got away with me. And Toby has gone and I haven't actually recorded tomorrow's episode yet. So I'm going to have to do that one on my own and fly solo, unfortunately. And also, I want to say when we do the 14 Days of Fear, it actually gives me a couple of weeks off because I need a breather before I come back ready for spooky season. Take care, everyone.
Popsicles, sprinklers, a cool breeze. Talk about refreshing. You know what else is refreshing this summer? A brand new phone with Verizon. Yep, get a new phone on any plan with Select Phone Trade-in and My Plan. And lock down a low price for 3 years on any plan with My Plan. This is a deal for everyone, whether you're a new or existing customer. Swing by Verizon today for our best phone deals. 3-year price guarantee applies to then current base monthly rate only. Additional terms and conditions apply for all offers.
Ready to elevate your everyday? Quince has the luxe staples insiders swear by, minus the markup. From 100% European linen styles and 14-karat gold jewelry to gorgeous leather bags and elevated home finds, Quince has it all. And by partnering directly with top artisans and ethical factories, Quince delivers premium quality at half the cost of similar brands. Discover everyday luxury without the markup at Quince. Go to quince.com/style upgrade for free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/style upgrade.
Hey, it's good to see you. How you holding up?
This diagnosis has been stressful. Finding out that I need a mastectomy, it's really hard to wrap my head around it. Hope it's not too personal to ask about your experience.
No topic is off limits. It's helpful to hear firsthand about what to expect, like the numbness, for example.
The numbness?
Yeah, even after reconstruction, your chest will probably be numb.
That sounds so scary.
It's a strange experience, and it's not something people really talk about, but it doesn't have to be forever. I had a nerve repair procedure called resensation as part of my reconstruction. Now I'm getting some feeling back. It's such a relief.
This is going at the top of my list of questions for my surgeon.
Your breast cancer journey is unique, and we want to help you explore your options. For more information on restoring sensation after mastectomy, Visit resensation.com. That's resensation.com.